okay? If I have to cough. I'm sorry. We'll just freeze. I felt it bubbling up. I was trying to fight through it. I had to cough. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I literally felt it.
Drag the thing. Hey y'all! I'm Jordan.
I'm Dylan.
And welcome to episode 3 of Hall Pass.
We're back.
And we're visual, y'all.
We're visual.
We're back. We promised.
Guys.
And look at us keeping true to our promise.
I know. Did you miss us? We missed you.
We definitely missed you.
Yeah.
So, girl, what's been new with you lately?
Guys, so I don't know if you remember in our last episode, but I did mention that I was going on a little vacay. If I look sun-kissed, that's why.
It's a little bit glowy.
It's a little bit glowy. Look, I'm just saying. I was in Brazil. For a little week. I am back stateside now. But it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Got to see friends, got to hang out. I packed a lot into a week, and so it was a good time. That's good. But yeah. So that's
Very
what I've
cute.
been up to, pretty much. And then work since being back. But
Yeah.
What about you?
Girl, I have officially booked my amazing birthday vacation.
Ooh.
I'm very excited. It's going to be very
Yes.
relaxing, very tranquil, very beautiful. So that is all set in stone. I know I told y'all I was planning, but the girl has clocked
It's
it.
set in stone.
It's set
Amazing.
in stone now.
Loves it.
Thanksgiving was great with the fam. And yeah, I've just been working, getting ready for the holidays, y'all.
Work.
Like, it's time.
The holidays are needed. A vacay.
The holidays are needed.
Even though I just came back, it's needed. Like,
if anyone is watching, you might be picking up on a little theme.
What's going
Theme. We are in our little holiday jammies because this is going to be the last time you're going to visually see us in 2024.
Well, you're right.
Yes.
At least as far as video,
as far as video
episode
guys.
format.
Yeah.
Yes. It will be the last visual
last
episode
time.
in 2024. Not our last episode.
No.
Our last visual episode.
episode.
You will be
Yes.
hearing from us again before
You
the
will
new
be
year.
hearing from us again,
Yeah.
but this is the last time you're going to see us. So why not be in the holiday spirit? It's December. Everybody got their Christmas trees and Christmas lights up. All the holiday
gig.
ornaments and things are set up. So we decided to be in the holiday spirit with y'all and throw on a cute little holiday number.
Little
for
holiday
sleepy
moment,
time.
guys. A little matching
slumber party.
moment,
Little
you know?
matching cute sister Christmas theme.
Yeah. Hallmark. Hi.
Hi, Hallmark.
Sponsor me.
Netflix. Give us a special.
Love ya. All right.
But yeah, so we decided to do a little cute holiday outfit. Although, don't get it confused with what our content is going to be. Because it's not holiday themed at all, I must say.
I don't want the girls getting excited. Like, they're getting to the movie. No,
we won't be Christmas caroling. We won't be talking about our content, any holiday specials. No, girl. Actually, our content is going to be based on what our listeners and audience have told us what they like to hear us talk about.
Shout out to everybody who's given us feedback.
Shout out to y'all. We have asked, we've made the polls, we've asked the audience, and y'all have told us.
And thank you for that. We live for you guys' your opinions, your reviews, your feedback.
We want to know what you guys like from us.
We want to feed y'all. We want to
feed y'all. And y'all have told us that you love when we dish up reality TV gossip.
The girls said we need more reality TV.
Yeah.
And who are we but to not listen to y'all and give the people what they want.
Right. And it's our favorite thing, honestly.
Like, that's our bread and butter.
It's our bread and butter. It's ritualistic at this point. Like,
100%.
We are always watching reality TV. So that's what this entire episode is going to be.
Lucky.
Girl.
Lucky
I'm
us.
very excited.
Lucky y'all. Let's go.
Every period is going to be about one of the current reality TV show specialties. So gear up. And I must say, before we even get started, I want to give y'all a forewarning. There are going to be spoilers, okay?
Yeah.
There will be spoilers.
Don't be mad at us. We told you.
Do not be mad. Look, this is us coming out the gate, letting you know. If you're not caught up on your favorite show, just know we might be giving away some things.
And we'll let you know what episode we're talking about up till.
Yeah, we will.
But just so you know, Don't be mad. It's gonna happen. Okay,
we're telling you up front. We are gonna be talking about it. But for the girls who are ready for us to dish it up, or all the girls who want us to spoil because you don't have the time to watch, so why not just catch up with us?
Right.
You're tuning into the right episode because we're gonna get into it.
Guys, I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
Let's do it.
And without further ado, class is in session.
Hey guys. Hey. We're back. Let's jump right into our first period. I know y'all are waiting. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Guys, today we have global studies as our first period, featuring fan fave topic, Love Island, Australia. Aussies. Let's go. Aussie, oi. Let's hit it off, guys. I mean, you gave us the feedback from the first episode.
We're taking this straight from the polls.
Yeah, very first episode of Hall Pass. We covered Love Island, Australia, and y'all said you loved it. You said it was your favorite segment, actually.
Literally.
So, we're back at it again.
We're bringing back the fan favorite.
I mean, you don't have to bend my arm to fucking talk about Love Island. Duh. I love it.
And thank you guys for voting. We will continue to do it.
Thank you.
We want to be engaged.
Keep telling us what the fuck to do. Literally, please. Yeah, guys. So the first time we got into it, it was more so like very overarching. Who was in the cast? What were their zodiac signs? What did we think of them? We didn't really get into the meat of what was going on.
Right.
So spoiler alert, I'm going to get a little bit into the meat, okay? Into the most recent drama up until what we've watched, which we have watched through the end of episode 18. This is season 6, mind you. Through the end of episode 18 of season 6. If you have not watched up till that point, spoiler alert.
We gave y'all a spoiler alert early, okay?
Yeah, okay?
So just know.
If you haven't watched up to that point, and you would be mad if you heard some tea, skip this part right now, okay?
Go to period 2.
And if you've watched beyond that point, don't be mad I haven't watched up to that point yet. But I will, okay? I will. We will, and we'll let you know. But yeah, I guess like I can do like an overarching who's still there from the last time we talked about Love Island. And who's come in and is still there to this day, and also those that have left, came in and left, or got dumped, or whatever, since the last time we talked about it, guys. Sounds okay? Good. So, since the last time we have talked, the OGs pretty much was who we covered.
Yes.
From the OGs, and some of them I'll talk about how they left, some of them I won't, but the main drama I will. Hannah, one of the OG girls, she was dumped. I think most recently. She was the most recent dumping.
She was the most recent dumping.
She was the most recent dumping.
Yeah.
And she will be missed. I liked her.
She'll be very missed.
I liked her. I did like her. I know she's a problematic fave, but I do like her. Okay.
We still liked her.
Indigo. If y'all remember Indigo was also dumped since the last time we talked about it. No, he was dumped. I mean, he's not there.
It was a matter of time.
He's gone. Yeah, that was a matter of time. Anyway. Rest in pieces. Next up, Xanthi was also dumped since the last time we talked. That had to happen.
The terrible Torian PR.
Look, and she literally besmirched the Torian name so fucking bad. I was ashamed to have her on there.
It's not good.
So she's gone, guys. Good riddance type. Right. We already know Alicia left. So this guy Tommy, who was actually a super fan pick.
Yeah.
Love Island Australia has made like a lot of use of these super fans that like can dictate kind of what goes on in the show, who comes in, who comes up with who. They've done a bunch of different shit. Well, they voted for this guy Tommy, who I guess is some type of like Australian influencer, TikToker, or something like that. He eats raw eggs. That's his thing.
Apparently that's hilarious.
Guys, gross. Like, it's not like he's a bad looking guy. He's not bad looking.
Attractive, but he just like dorky?
Very unserious. And the fact that you eat raw eggs, guys, when I say that, I mean like shell and all. Pop them in his mouth. Crunch, crunch, crunch. He eats them. Disgusting.
Continuously.
Like, it's like he thinks it's cute, but it's not. He came on and then he actually left himself. Like, he wasn't dumped. He decided, oh, I'm not really like picking up a vibe with anybody. Let me go.
Yeah.
And to that, I said, good call.
Right.
Okay. And then the last person who has come in and left A girl, Sydney, my Love Island fans who tap into Love Island US, you might remember her from the 2022 season of Love Island USA. She was coupled up with Isaiah for the people that watched it then.
I wasn't tapping in at that point.
I was tapped in. But yeah, so she came back for this Love Island Australia season. Her and another Love Island All-Star came back as like the god and goddess of this season. So basically,
she's one
they
of
had like
Americans.
Yeah, and she's American. So basically, they had like special powers where they could come in and take somebody from a couple if they so chose. But yeah, so she was also dumped from the villa. Now, as for those bombshells who have come in and are still there, we have the other Love Island gods, Steph. If anybody watched Love Island France or Love Island All-Stars, no, not All-Stars, Love Island Games, Steph was on there. He is French. He's 25 and a model.
Okay.
Look, okay, he keeps a job. So Steph is there. He's coupled up with Mimi right now. He's still there. We have another bombshell, our male bombshell, Mercedes. Mercedes is another American. Yep. He is 28 and from Texas. And for those that ever watched F-Boy Island, which was a reality dating show on HBO Max, he's from there. I want to say season 2. Of F-Boy Island. Yeah. So
hopefully it comes back, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that in a minute.
I'm going to have to tap in. Maybe they had a sneak up
Maybe season? They did. I don't know. But yeah, he's on there.
Yeah.
He's currently coupled up with M. People might be gagging right now. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, okay? Other bombshells that have come in and are still there. We have Kayla, who is a Gemini and 22. I don't know the signs for Mercedes and
yeah,
Steph.
we know they're unknown signs.
Not sure,
we'll
guys.
Get back to y'all if we find this out.
We also have Chrissy, who is a Scorpio. And I don't. It doesn't say her age on here, but she came in with Kayla at the same time.
I think she's also early 20s.
I think she's also early 20s. I think she's older. She might be 25.
She might be 25
or 24 or something like that. And then we also have our most recent bombshell, Mia, who is a Virgo. I think she said she was like 23 or something like that. And she's an Aussie as well.
You said what Chrissy's sign was, right?
Yeah, she's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are everybody who has come in and left, and people who are still there, and the people who I didn't mention are all still there. Pretty much the OGs are all still there. That's who we're working with. Okay. What I want to touch on this episode. A couple episodes before episode 18, we had this huge drama, like the main drama of these couple episodes, which was a love square between, as you guys might remember last time we were talking about, Taylor and M.
Our man Taylor.
Our man Taylor, the tatted Capricorn man. Him and M were a couple, right?
Yes.
We loved them together. We loved them individually.
Really
we were standing. They seemed like such a good match. So we have this couple add in Chrissy, one of the new bombshells, a Scorpio.
Add in Chrissy.
Gorgeous girl, also gorgeous.
Stunning. She's very
she
beautiful
really is.
Girl.
And then we also add in Hannah, who y'all might remember has been a couple with Nico since the very beginning. Hannah, like I said, was actually the most recent dumping from the island.
Right.
So how this all transpired, guys. Basically, I want to say this started because Taylor was feeling like M was very blasé about their relationship. Not so much because M didn't care, but like as we said, if y'all remember, M is a Libra, Taylor is a Capricorn. Not necessarily a great
not the best zodiac
matchup.
pairing, honestly.
And so I really feel like their problem boiled down to like different ways that somebody wants to be approached dating wise and like affirmed and all that stuff. Taylor really wanted to know, like, M, do you like me?
Him?
Like, do you really like me or
how
what?
She truly felt about
exactly.
him.
And like air signs, let's be honest, Libras especially, y'all can be very, not that you don't care, because you do care about people, but y'all can be very hesitant when it comes to expressing your feelings directly to the person who you're dealing with. You'll tell everybody else, but you tend to hesitate when it comes to telling that person directly. And that's what M was doing. She was telling all her girls, I really like Taylor. I really like Taylor. But she like would not tell
Taylor
him
was
that.
Always lost as to how she felt.
And then if he was like, this girl said this to me, what do you think? She'd be like, you should get to know them.
Right.
That to him was like, okay, so are you not pressed about me? Like, do you not care?
Right.
If I get to know somebody else,
who wouldn't react like that?
Honestly, I got that.
As an earth sign, I can only say I understood where he was coming from. I
want you to like really be all about me, like apply pressure, like because how. But then also as a woman,
I did kind of feel like I don't want to tell no man that I'm obsessed with him.
Exactly. Too. You don't want to give them a big head or anything. Don't. But it's also Love Island. I saw both sides. And M was more so like because Taylor did get interest expressed to him from Chrissy, this new bombshell that came in, who was mainly pursuing Dylan, but things didn't really work out there since she started gunning for Taylor. Taylor was like, well, yeah, you seem like a cool girl. I think you're very pretty. Yeah, I'd be open to getting to know you.
Taylor, Mr. No Type.
Exactly.
If you're pretty, he's looking at you.
He's going to talk to you.
Right.
And then we had a surprise, hat thrown in the ring from Hannah, who, as I said, was coupled up with Nico. I guess they had, their little bumps not too long before this happened.
Yeah.
And I think it just kind of pushed Hannah more in that direction because honestly she had always been looking at Taylor ever since he came into the villa.
Yeah.
And he liked her.
He did. He was interested when he first came in.
Yeah, he was interested, and honestly I thought that they were going to couple up. I did too. I thought Taylor was going to choose Hannah at first. Me too. Didn't end up happening. But yeah, basically she was like, I am interested and I kind of always have been and I don't want to lose this opportunity and being able to talk to him.
Right.
So she threw her hat in the ring. Then we have a love square, right? Also, she did it without talking to M about it. She was talking to everybody else but M, so it was very not girl code.
It was not, there was no girl code at all.
Really, but
honestly, Hannah was never really M's
They were
girl.
Never really friends. They were cool, they were okay, but if y'all watched, you would remember that Alicia and the one that got dumped and Hannah were part of...
And then the other girl,
Xanthi, were part of the, we hate M brigade, all over Taylor. Also, over Taylor.
Right, it was over Taylor.
So, context clues. Anyway, things... And, also, the new boy Mercedes that I mentioned. While this is all going on and Taylor is like, well, these girls want to get to know me. What do you think, Em? And she's like, okay, explore those relationships because I don't want you to think what if, you know?
You don't want to leave with regret.
Exactly. And he's taking that as, so you must not really like me.
Right.
Communication breakdown, basically.
Yeah.
She also starts having chats with this new boy Mercedes. So basically it ends up working out to where Taylor and Em decide to stop their relationship. Basically leaving Hannah wide open to get with Taylor. Chrissy was dealing with her own stuff because Hannah was like, Nico, I don't want you. Then Chrissy was like, well, Nico, I want you. She kind of went off in that direction. Love triangle, then just love directly with Hannah and Taylor. Ended up being that, the new girl Mia comes in. Guys, keep up with me. Keep up. New girl Mia comes in.
It's a lot of moving
There's
parts.
a lot of moving parts. New bombshell Mia, she's like, I'm Greek. Those that know Nico, he's like,
apparently
I'm
being Greek is a really
apparently
big thing.
They were like, Greeks were locked in.
Right.
They go out on a date. They're like, you're my soulmate. After 10 minutes, guys. I'm not even joking.
New bombshell, she's gorgeous as well.
She's a pretty girl, and she seems very sweet.
She seems very sweet.
She seems very sweet.
Yeah.
So basically, she ends up choosing him in the recoupling, and this time it was because him and Hannah were still coupled up. Because her partner was chosen or stolen, she got dumped from the villa. Just like that.
Immediately.
So her and Taylor didn't even get to explore their connection, which was too bad.
It really sucked. I felt bad.
I felt bad.
I think they really started to like each other.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always interested, but I think with him and M finally putting things to bed with their relationship, I think he was allowing himself to open up to Hannah, and he was just getting there, and then she got dumped.
Yeah, literally. Literally, that's how it worked. Yeah. So I felt bad for both of them. It was unfortunate, and I did like Hannah. So
I did like Hannah.
It was too bad how that went down, but yeah.
How do we feel about the whole Taylor and M situation?
So here's the thing. They broke it off with each other, but I feel like, I don't know. M, as we said, she's a Libra. She's very blase. Yeah. I'm not going to tap in too deep with my feelings right now because I'm dating around and da.
Yeah.
But you can tell they both really liked each other. Taylor's side, it was obvious that he really liked her, right? To me, I thought it was very obvious. Yes. So, I mean, they broke things off and you could tell that Taylor, was about to crash out over it. He was upset. He was upset. He really, really, really likes him. And I think she really likes him, but She was more so like, okay, like,
yeah,
on to the next. Immediately moved on to Mercedes, like,
girl,
immediately.
Like 2 minutes after they broke up, she was making out with
literally like 15 minutes max, making out with the next dude,
bro.
It was, and Taylor called her out too. Like, I think that was disrespectful,
and I think it was too. Honestly,
I don't know. It's complicated. Like, would I have done it? No,
right.
But also Taylor was moving a little bit crazy. Like, he was letting her know what was going on. But, like, as far as, oh, this is exactly what I said to this girl and this girl, he wasn't being completely honest. He was sugarcoating, and he wasn't telling her what really happened.
He was giving her the general premise, but wasn't really being like, yeah, I did tell this girl I was interested.
Right, and I am actively interested.
Yeah, he was cutting some corners.
He definitely was. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with them in the future.
Yeah.
Am I necessarily going to say this is the end of them?
I don't know.
I don't think so. We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know how genuine M and Mercedes is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's I think M hopped on the next thing.
Yeah.
And was just
like they have similarities, but it doesn't give chemistry like how M and Taylor did. No. They had chemistry. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to talk about before we wrap up this section is the Casa Amor format of this season. So they haven't done it like this on any other franchise of Love Island.
This is a brand new thing, right?
A brand new concept. Yeah. So those of you that watch Love Island know that Casa Amor happens every single season.
Yes.
What happens is either the boys or the girls will leave the main villa and go to side villa, and the others stay in the main villa. They bring in a whole new batch of boys for the girls and a whole new batch of girls for the boys. Got me? Cool. Okay. That's usually how it works.
Right.
And then they all come back together afterwards. We see if anybody recoupled. It's a whole mess, right? This time on this season of Love Island Australia, they did Hotel Amor, right?
Very different, you guys.
I'm thinking when they said this,
I just thought it was going to be a different type of place they were staying
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, because they also told the boys and the girls at the same time. Those of you who know who Love Island know that they tell them separately. It's always a surprise.
Yeah.
They tell them at the same time. And so I thought, okay, are they all going to go to a hotel together and they bring in the new boys and girls all together and everybody's in the mix?
Which is, I was like, oh.
I was like, no, that would have been some tea.
Okay.
Writers,
look,
hold on. If y'all are hearing me.
We need to be compensated, okay?
Okay. Fucking type shit. Because that would be good. Actually.
That would be really good, actually.
TM, hold on. Copyright. Trademark.
Okay, you're gonna run us that check if you
literally run me that check because that's gold right there. You're welcome. But that's not what happened. What they did this time was, remember I mentioned the super fans earlier. The super fans of this season, which this mystery group super fans, they chose from the existing couples. Everybody recouple pretty much, and you get matched up with an islander who the super fans wanted you to explore your connection more with.
Right. Like who viewers thought maybe that weren't in a couple that should be in a couple.
Right. Have potential or chemistry potentially or whatever the
that
case
hasn't been explored yet or explored enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically it was like a shuffle of the existing couples.
Right.
And then once you get recoupled with this new person that the super fans choose, they give you a key and you go off for a night away in a hotel, and you get these prompts when you're in there and to explore this connection. So all the couples pretty much got shuffled. The only couples that stayed the same, pretty sure it was just one, wasn't it? And that was Nico and Mia, which is the new girl.
Because they were very new.
Because they were very new, and honestly, they seem to be getting along very well.
Yeah.
They're calling each other soulmates. They've only known each other 48 hours. That's neither here nor there.
I can't speak on that.
I can't speak to that. Y'all let me know what you think.
But Nico, the Taurus and Virgo matchup,
very compatible.
Very compatible. So I think they might
never say
out.
never. I think they could work out. I do. The only thing that was throwing me off was you're my soulmate. You've known each other for 48 hours.
I don't know about that. I think Nico was just trying to get over the hurt.
And
with Hannah out the picture, it actually might work out.
I think it will, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, you know type shit. But anyway, so they were the only couple who was together before. That were together during Hotel Amor.
Correct.
Besides them,
I don't think
I think everybody else was mixed up. So the original couples that not even, because the people who were in the couples, pretty much people were talking to people outside their couples. Most of the couples were doing that by that point. The only really strong couples up to that point have been Steph and Mimi. Kinda,
actually, because that was... Steph has been doing some weird shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we'll get to that. And kind of, I guess you could say, Zayn and Kayla.
Right, but...
Kind of, but that was also shaky going into it.
Because, like, an episode prior, Zayn was like, oh, I'm having doubts about Kayla. Yeah. And I think Taylor called him on that, was like, why?
Oh, no, not Taylor. Dylan did.
Oh, Dylan did. He was like, not why? Me, guys. Yeah. Her tethered.
My tethered.
He was like, why? And then I think he clocked him as far as him and Kayla getting close. Yeah. And that was why he was pulling back. Because we know Zayn is like a commitment phobe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so they were all recoupled. It ended up being Mia and Nico, Steph and Kayla, Dylan and Mimi, who, if y'all remember, they started out together. Yeah. And ended up breaking things off because Mimi was like, well, they were the second couple.
Yeah.
She was their first.
But they were like together. Were pretty,
early on.
Ended up breaking it off because Mimi was like, Dylan, you're not applying enough pressure.
And he wasn't.
Yeah. And so that just kind of stopped. But they're friends. But they sent them off together. They did Taylor and Chrissy, which, remember, they were in the Love Square together.
Yeah. And I think that might be doing something.
Cute. I mean, they were cute together.
I mean, Taylor can... He got his kind of pick.
Guys, do I have googly eyes
I'm folding for Taylor, okay? I don't know who wouldn't.
Let's all be honest.
If you saw Taylor, you're folding.
And he shaved his beard off and he still looked good, guys. Let's talk about that. That's
beardless, still a 10.
That's a rarity. Okay, that's how you know.
That means that man is fine.
Literally,
he's fine.
We also had M and Mercedes. They stayed. Well, no, they weren't an official couple, but they sent them off together. We also had Zayn and Sophie. Guys, if you know Zayn and Sophie was like one of the first bombshells. Mm-hmm. She had hooked up with Zayn outside of the villa. So they knew each other. They had history going into
prior to even coming on.
Sophie tried to pursue Zayn. At the time, Zayn was with Xanthi. It never really worked out.
Xanthi was a crybaby.
And Zayn was also like, I don't know if I'm trying to go like back to the past. I'm here on Love Island. I'm trying to meet new people. He wasn't really featuring Sophie.
He wasn't.
Well, they sent them off to this hideaway. Mind you, right now, they weren't in an official couple, but Sophie and Dylan have been flirting.
They were hitting, and Sophie was pressed over Dylan.
Like, been out of shape over him.
What episodes in?
When Chrissy came in and was pursuing Dylan, Sophie was been out of shape.
Sophie was sick about that.
And she's actually the reason why Chrissy and Dylan didn't end up working out. Because he was like, I'm going to stick with Sophie type thing.
Right.
Anyway, Dylan was worried about her connection with Zayn before Hotel Amor. Yes. So
he had just asked her about their connection.
Literally,
and if he should be worried about it.
And she was like, "Nah, you're good. And let's just say he should have been worried.
If y'all saw that episode,
so they're sitting up in a hot tub. They do lights out after the end of the day, and then you see like there's hidden cameras in the hotel.
You know how they always do when lights are out.
You see them going like, "Oh, well, should we stay in here or should we go upstairs where there was like a balcony and like overlooking the stars with a hot tub, not really a balcony, but like a patio type thing." They go upstairs
and there was there was and they purposely they decided to go in this one area that didn't have
had no cameras, but they kept their mics on. I don't know why.
Or they took them off, but close enough to pick up sound, because anyone who knows about being mic'd up, it doesn't matter where the distance is.
It's going to pick up the sound.
It's going to pick up something.
And let's just say it picked up the sound, y'all. Do you understand?
It picked up sound.
Pick up what I'm putting down. It picked up the sound.
Some X-rated sounds.
Remember I said they had hooked up before. They fucked, basically. It's the bottom line.
They was fucking.
Okay.
And they were trying to, the next day they were trying to like, we had some cuddles and
a good talk and that.
Girl, that man was talking you through it. And we heard it.
We heard him. Y'all listen and let me know if...
And he was coaching her through.
We were like, oh,
what did
he
say, like, take it or something? Or
something. Oh, that's
just
it.
Like that? Oh, yeah.
You know,
I was like, oh.
What's that streamer's name that goes, what's it finna play? Wow, that's literally what I was thinking when we were watching that. That
was so true.
That was a mess,
bro. It was crazy.
And then who else was in the couples in the? We already said Zayn, Kayla. No, excuse me, not Zayn and Kayla. Zayn and Sophie. Yeah. Kayla and Steph. Taylor and Chrissy.
M and Mercedes.
We said M and Mercedes. Am I forgetting Nico and Mia? Is that it?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, guys. So that was Hotel Amor.
They hooked up.
My thoughts overall on that format, and then we'll wrap up this period.
Yeah.
I miss Casa more. I don't know.
It was juicier.
It's juicier because you have completely new personalities. Yeah. Like, this was cute as like a little experiment.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of finding myself being like, okay, so when is Casa? And
hopefully they still do Casa.
Hopefully they still do it. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Any of our viewers who have already, and listeners, have already gone past episode 18, because we're only at 18.
Yeah.
If y'all know that they are doing Casa, honestly, you know more than us right now.
Right.
But we're hoping, because
I liked
it.
It's juicier. It I mean, it's like a cute idea.
It's cute.
Or you guys can take my suggestion from earlier, which was have them all in the same motherfucking place, like a hotel, and bring in the new batch of boys and girls.
Just dump 10 new everybody.
That would have been crazy. I would have liked that a little bit more.
And let everybody see it in front of everybody.
Right. Like, don't get me wrong, this was still juicy, but it didn't get the full... We didn't get the full juice with this.
Yeah.
And Casa Amor is such a critical part of Love Island.
Yeah.
That, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's room to improve. In my opinion.
I think so.
But yeah, y'all. On that note, until next time, Love Island, we will visit you again.
We love you, Love Island. We'll be back with updates.
We'll be back. Okay? We'll be back. Trust. Mm-hmm. But on that note, I can say that class is dismissed.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And we're back. Hey, y'all. So we are gonna start with period 2.
Yep.
And for period 2 today, we have sociology class, guys.
Our favorite subject.
Our fave. And what better way to start Soch than with the newer Netflix hit reality series, The Ultimatum.
Messy boots.
Messy down, boots, y'all. Oh my goodness. So The Ultimatum is, I want to say, on season 4, there was a season of The Queer Ultimatum, which chef kiss, one of my favorite seasons.
Right.
But it's one of the new,
really good.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
It's one of the newer Netflix reality TV series. So what I'm going to do is give you guys like a brief synopsis of what the show is really about. And then I will introduce the couples, and then we'll get into the real meat of the show.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot, y'all. And again, we are going to be giving a lot of spoilers, but we are only up to episode 8. There's only been 8 episodes released so far, but we're all caught up, you guys.
Yeah.
By next week, I think they'll be releasing the next couple drops of episodes.
So technically like 2 days after you hear this.
Yeah, probably there'll be new episodes coming out next week. So you guys will be keeping up with it as it goes on. But we are all caught up. So again, if you don't want any spoilers, skip now.
Right.
So I did type up a little synopsis, a little summary for y'all. So I'm going to read that now. So again, The Ultimatum, actually the full title is The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On. It is on Netflix. Oh, and I should say it's by the same creators of Love is Blind. So the hosts that hold the mecca of all reality TV dating shows on Netflix, it is also hosted by Nick and Vanessa Lachey.
Guys, it's Love is Blind on crack. Like,
yes,
it's so good.
It's so crazy.
It's insane.
It's very insane. So essentially it's a reality dating show where couples come on that are on the verge of marriage, face a real decision, a really big decision. And each relationship, one partner has issued the other an ultimatum, which is either to commit to a marriage with them or to break up.
Yeah.
So each couple that is on the show has issued this ultimatum to the other. There are about 5 couples that come on, and the show is really there to test their feelings. So the couples that are all on the show end up separating from their original partner and enter a trial marriage with a new partner from the group. So again, there's 5 couples. They end up repartnering with somebody else's partner and enter a trial marriage for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
This allows them to explore other connections with someone outside of their original partner. So for several weeks, they must decide whether to marry their original partner, start a new relationship with this new person that they've met on the journey, or to leave the show single. So it's a little different. Actually, it's a lot different than Love is Blind because they're already coming in a couple, which I think kind of adds to the mess.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, 100% adds to why it's
different
so
dynamics.
Ridiculous. Yes. So I'm going to introduce the couples to you guys now. Again, we are on season 3, and yeah, it's just really fucking messy, you guys. So the first couple on the show is Zaina and JR.
Y'all,
a hot fucking mess, you guys.
Honestly, like the most talked about couple of this season, I would say, right?
The most talked about, the most discussed, the most couple
of this season.
Yeah. So Zaina is 32, JR is 33, and Zaina is the one that gave the ultimatum to JR.
Right. Half of the most controversial couple.
Half of the most controversial. Yeah. Yes. Because we're going to get to the second most controversial couple, which is Nick and Sandy.
Mess.
Lord. Nick is 38 and Sandy is 27.
Full pause.
Full fucking pause.
Full pause.
And to no surprise, Nick is the one who gave Sandy the ultimatum.
Of course, he's like 40. So
right.
Yeah.
He should have been married.
Right.
Now the next couple is Mariah and Caleb, one of the younger couples on the show. Mariah is 24 and Caleb is 29, and Mariah is the one who gave Caleb the ultimatum.
A little bit of a snooze fest, but good folk,
good
people,
right? And they're both cute. They make sense.
Yeah.
The next couple, that another one of the most talked about couples on the show, is Scotty and Aria. Lord Jesus, pray for that woman.
Pray for her. Scotty is a fucking
not even pray for her. Free her. Free her from the shackles.
She's trapped. Okay.
Scotty is 30 and Aria is 25, and Scotty is the one that gave Aria the ultimatum.
Insane. He's crazy.
He is insane, y'all.
Like, actually.
I am going to touch on these last two couples, although I will say, spoiler, they are no longer on the show, and they were only on there for like, what, 2 episodes?
I think they got like 3 days into the trial marriages, and
they were like, yeah, we're out of here. We're fucking out of here.
Yeah.
But Chanel and Micah, Chanel was 27 and Micah is 28, and Chanel is the one who gave Micah the ultimatum. And then the last couple, Vanessa and Dave. Vanessa is 30, Dave is 34, and Vanessa is the one that gave Dave the ultimatum.
Yes.
So now that I've introduced all the couples, you guys, we're gonna get into the real meat of it. So as I kind of described earlier, the show essentially breaks these couples up and has them repair with somebody new that are part of another couple on the show. So from the first couple I mentioned, Zaina and JR. JR ended up recoupling with this woman, Sandy, who was originally paired with Nick.
Yes.
And Zaina ended up partnering with Scotty, who was originally paired with Aria.
Yes.
So we're going to actually really get into the most talked about drama on the show, because there's a lot to cover.
There's a lot.
But we want to give it a good snapshot of the fucking mess, you guys.
Yeah.
And the biggest mess, I would arguably say one of the bigger messes on the show,
I would agree.
is JR and Sandy.
Oh.
What is there to not say about this fucking couple, you guys?
Face palm emoji, melting emoji.
Oh my God.
Eye roll emoji.
Cringe, the stankness of it all. It's
the brain
just like,
cells lost while watching the bullshit.
You guys, like my face, like the scrunch face. Like I have the scrunch face every time they're on my screen.
It's far too much.
It's gross.
It really is, guys. Like,
I just feel like, in summary, what I can say about this couple is race play.
100 guys, and this is not an exaggeration.
And I'm not exaggerating at all, you guys.
100%.
Like it, from the very jump of them meeting each other, it just seems like Sandy and JR want to fuck. And they had it in their checklist to do this with what the other person looks like.
Yep. While all the other couples are like getting to know each other and trying to go deeper, and I mean the trial marriage couples, all of that, literally the only thing they talked about leading up to who they were going to enter the trial marriage with was sex.
Sex and sexual innuendos.
Sexual innuendos, and also racial innuendos.
It was just
like weird shit. Like,
yeah, it's just fucking weird. And to give context to people who don't know the show or haven't watched the show yet, JR is Black American and Sandy is white American. Everyone's American, but Sandy's white and JR is Black.
Yeah,
and actually, in 4K with cameras rolling and mic'd up, JR asks a question to one of the other black castmates, one of his other black male castmates, if he had ever hooked up with a white girl and it was something that was on his checklist to do.
Right.
Y'all, while cameras are rolling, he announces this.
Mind you, millions of people have used this. You're on Netflix. You're on Netflix if you didn't already know that, JR.
It's just jarring. I was literally like, when me and Dylan were watching, we literally paused the show to be like, did I just hear what the fuck I just heard just now?
Literally.
What?
Actual fucking insanity.
We're saying this to the public. Like,
this is what you want to be known for.
This is what we want to broadcast. Yeah.
You're on the world stage right now. This world is what you want to go down
announcing
for?
That you want to fuck a white girl and it's on your checklist of things to do.
That's what you're known for, JR. Good job.
Congrats for perpetuation of a stereotype.
No, literally.
Of the black male community. Good job.
Literally.
It's
and I'm not even gonna lie, like, it was very much like two-way street. I think you said like, oh, JR was like aggressive and Sandy was microaggressive when it came to like race and shit. Dynamic because
Sandy wanted the exact same thing.
Wanted the same
thing. Just didn't announce it.
She would be like, "Oh, we're just so different, and I'm really attracted to our differences."
And she was always like, "We're just so different.
We're just so different."
Girl, you mean he's black?
Literally, that's what you mean. That's what you mean.
Right.
And also, there was this other scene, like, after they go into their trial marriages, and, like, his name is JR. She goes, "Oh, what does JR stand for?" I forget what the R stands for, but he was like, "Oh, J stands for John."
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "How do you spell it?" He goes, JON. I guess he's from Philly, because I'm not joking. You can roll tape. She goes, "I thought you were going to say it was spelled JAWN, like a John." Y'all, record scratch,
I had to close
crack.
my eyes.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Literally, I had to close my eyes.
Literally, Office, staring to the camera moment.
Like,
what the fuck?
Are you really serious right now?
Are we joking?
Like, no, we're not joking.
And then, we would have such cute mixed
babies.
We would
have such cute mixed babies.
Actual comment, y'all.
The slave chains, remember? They walked into the apartment, you guys, and there was like this chain sitting on the table, and JR picks it up and gives it to Sandy and is like, "Look, we could use this," and puts it on her wrist. They literally look like shackles.
I was like, what the fuck type of race play? What is going on? What is going on?
It's jarring. It's literally jarring to fucking watch. And
I was waiting for him to pull a whip out type shit. I was like, what's going on? When he went to go meet her mom at the lunch. And it was literally like watching a fucking auction in 4K. They were all like, look how muscular he is.
Touching him.
Look how muscular. At his hair. Look how big. Oh, wow.
Y'all.
You must.
Y'all.
Guys.
Y'all. And the people who watch know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It was just like embarrassment.
Actually insane.
An embarrassment, and it's just disgusting, honestly. It was disgusting to see. And it just kind of like put a bad taste.
Him being a willing participant.
Him being a willing participant in the
blows my
racialization
mind,
of him, like,
it was actually insane.
The fetishization he was a full willing participant of and wanted to be a participant of.
I'm losing brain cells talking about it.
You guys, it's just nasty to see. So the other half of that couple was, again, Zaina was his original partner. Zaina is a black woman. And Nick was Sandy's original partner. He is a white man. Zaina ended up coupling up with Scotty, who is Mr. Crazy ass, and
a Virgo. He's a Virgo.
A Virgo, yes. Oh, I didn't get into the signs. I'm gonna get into the signs in a little bit.
Yeah.
And Nick ended up coupling with Vanessa, but Vanessa left the show. Remember, I was saying that some couples left.
Which they actually really got along, so it was sad.
They were very compatible, yeah. But she left the show, which also the people that left the show left their partners to deal in their trial marriage with no one. So they were just left alone for the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is like, I can only imagine how fucked up that is. But to go, let's just start with Nick. Nick crashed the fuck out.
Crashed out because like it was very obvious to like all the other couples and their prospective partners. I'm talking about JR and Sandy's prospective partners.
Yeah.
That all they wanted to do was have sex. Also, JR and Sandy are both Scorpios, so let's do 2 + 2.
Right.
All they want to do is fuck.
Right.
But basically, Nick was also witnessing this and knows his girlfriend and was basically like, look, y'all
I know what it is.
I can see. I have eyes.
I see what you're treating this as. And they weren't treating it as an opportunity to grow or figure out what they really needed in life. They were like, oh, this is a hall pass.
Yeah.
I'll pass. But
different meaning.
Right. Yeah. Different the other meaning.
Right.
But this is just a way for me to have sex with someone who's not my partner.
Literally.
And Nick peeped it. Everybody peeped it, but Nick especially peeped it. And unfortunately, he was left alone to not even go through a trial phase where he was with someone who he also had compatibility with.
Type of support system. I mean,
so the man crashed out.
Him and Mariah, which is the other person who was left, whose trial marriage partner left, Micah, they like hung out sometimes.
Yeah, but they didn't
were left
recouple.
to their own devices. Mariah handled it a lot better. She kind of took it as like a moment for like self-reflection and growth.
She definitely was handled that way better.
Nick crashed out.
Nick crashed the fuck out. He was harassing Sandy. He was blowing that girl's phone up, texting her. Showed up at their apartment. Right.
Was watching them eat. They were like eating out on the patio.
They're all in the
JR
same apartment complex.
Yeah.
All the couples
and you see them going like, oh my gosh, I can see Nick. He's looking through
the fucking window, looking
watching
at them.
eat.
Bro, Nick crashed out so fucking bad to the point, as she knows what I'm about to say, to the point where, my God, there was like a guy.
You can't write this. Like,
you can't write this. You can't make this shit up. Nick, went to a tattoo parlor not too long after his big crash out, where he showed up to the front door of he showed up to JR and Sandy's front door. He goes and gets his tattoo done. Now, mind you, there was a scene where all the couples end up meeting their partners, like family or like loved ones, family friends. And JR met Sandy's mom and best friends. And during the meeting, he shows them his tattoo, like that because they were commenting, oh, you have a lot of tattoos. So he shows them this tattoo he has on his hands, which was like this Latin phrase. I don't remember what exactly it was.
Fortune favors the brave or favors the bold.
That sounds right.
One of those.
Yeah, it was in Latin. And he shows it to him. Now, mind you, that was maybe like 2 episodes before this scene that I'm about to talk about.
Yes.
Nick goes and gets this tattoo done, and he literally gets the exact same tattoo that JR has.
Exact.
Y'all, please
not the same place, but the same phrase.
Not the same place, but the exact same phrase. Mind you, he shows this tattoo artist like this picture, and then after he gets the tattoo done, he looks in the mirror and he's like, oh my God, I showed you the wrong thing. Like, and it's just like, what do you...
The tattoo artist was like, what do you mean? My theory. Either he had screenshot a picture of JR's
which
tattoo.
I know he did.
Probably. And had it in his camera roll and accidentally showed that picture instead of what he meant to get, or... You just got the same tattoo as JR.
You crashed out and thought, if I get the same tattoo that JR has, my bitch Sandy's going to want me back.
Like, and that's, I don't
know which one makes it more crazy, but
it happened, guys. Now you have JR basically tattooed on you for the rest of your fucking life.
And JR ends up finding out that he did this because Sandy made him admit it in front of everybody, which is kind of like sadistic in that way.
It was.
She was like, let me embarrass him some more.
Literally.
And now JR knows that he got the same tattoo, which the wrong man you need to boost
way too big.
Girl.
Mr. Tight everything. If he
Mr. My nipples pop out through my fucking shirt.
Literally.
I can see you. Literally, his hard nips are visible through
everything he wears is skin tight. It's
skin
insane.
tight, too short, and like granted, I know big men have issues finding clothes that fit, but not that damn hard. Yeah, it's not that damn fucking hard.
Look,
and then we go to Zaina and Scotty. Zaina and Scotty ended up partnering up. Scotty was originally with Arya, and again, Zaina was with JR. Mm-hmm. Y'all, Scotty is so fucking crazy. Insane. And I would say this is one of the other most controversial couples.
For sure. Yeah.
Dog.
Because of Scotty.
Scotty, if you watch the show, and even if you don't, you guys, Scotty is what a gaslighter looks like in real life.
Gaslighting 101. If you want to learn how to gaslight, watch Scotty.
Yes. I think Scotty. The man has the 48 Laws of Powers on audiobook because
he listens to it when he goes to sleep every night.
He's like, how to manipulate and deceive.
Literally.
Like,
literally.
Chapter 1.
Guys, I wish we were exaggerating. We're not exaggerating.
No, we're not fucking exaggerating.
We're not exaggerating.
Free Arya from the shackles, you guys.
Free her, just am like... Bad.
And then Zaina got with him originally because, physically, I think she was attracted to him. He's not a bad looking guy.
And he seemed nice at first.
He seemed nice. Although, y'all, I said it. I think maybe our first episode, what I said about dangly earrings. I know I said it. About dangly earrings.
And what does he have?
Listen to me, okay?
Two of them, I think. I think he has
worse. He doubled down. Please, y'all listen to me. Straight women, listen to me. Avoid the dangly earring. That is not a good man. Leave it alone. It's okay? It's a sign that he is going to put you through the fucking trenches. Okay?
And that he
did. He literally gaslit the fuck out of Arya at every moment. And then he did the same exact thing to Zaina when she partnered with him.
Yeah.
Everything was all good and well for the first, maybe week. Maybe
first it was really, I think they had wasn't like a week until left. It was like
maybe the first 2 weeks they were fine because obviously
this is Zaina that we're talking about.
Right, this is Zaina. So it seemed like everything was fine, which is like the other shoe hasn't dropped yet. Right. And then of course it did, which was as soon as you stopped agreeing with Scotty.
Then
as soon as the agreement stopped, or as soon as you did something that he wasn't in alignment with.
Right. And he's Mr. Let me tell you how you feel about this.
A Virgo.
What? Like a Virgo down. Virgos, y'all are down 20 million fucking points.
Y'all. Like, of the earth signs, y'all
do be telling people what the fuck to do when you should not.
We all do, shit, but y'all be the ones that do the most.
To a
fault. Okay.
Oh, jinx.
But yeah. But yeah, Scotty is fucking nuts. Yes. Zaina, I think, handled it as maturely as she could with that situation because he was talking all kind of cat shit.
She has more patience than me.
That's girl, I would have put hands and feet on him. It would have been over. It would have been fucking over.
And no shade, I would have too. Like he would have to got fought.
He would have had to got fought.
The way he was talking to her, are you kidding me? Like
accusing her of shit she didn't do. Like it was just a lot, guys. It was fucking lot. And then again, the other half of that was Scotty's former partner Arya ended up partnering up with Caleb. I would say they're also talked about couple, but in a good way because Arya and Caleb got along great, honestly.
Yeah, they did.
They started from a very like friendship, very like platonic relationship.
For sure. Mainly from Arya's end.
Because Caleb kind of was like, yeah, I want Arya. Like, I would go home with Arya. I think he thought she was attractive.
Yeah.
Initially Arya wasn't that into him, but she became into him after spending time and their personalities blending. They just seem like a really good match. They have a lot in common. They got each other a lot. They just worked. And I unfortunately think that Arya's feelings are a little stronger for Caleb than I think Caleb's are for hers. I don't really know where Caleb's loyalties lie. Honestly, it's very hard to read. Like I don't even know if Caleb likes his own girlfriend that he came with.
That's up for debate, honestly. But
I genuinely don't know who he likes. But I genuinely liked Arya and Caleb together. I wouldn't be mad if they left together, but I also think Caleb might just leave single.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Again, he's hard to read. So
he's very hard to read.
They could leave together. He could leave single. He could leave with his girlfriend.
I just don't think he's being as forthcoming with his feelings that I think he should be.
Yeah.
I don't know who he likes.
It's a mystery what he feels, honestly.
It's very much a mystery. But I think in summary, I think everyone needs to leave single.
For sure. I agree with that.
I think everybody needs to leave single.
I do agree.
I think if anyone has a chance of free coupling, it might either be Caleb and Arya, possibly. I'm not still uncertain about that. And unfortunately, possibly JR and Sandy. Because that man is crashing out over this white woman, which I really think he and Sandy had sex.
100% they did. I mean, not confirmed.
Not allegedly. Unconfirmed.
But I'm pretty sure.
But I'm
like 99% sure they did.
They're already lying about how many times they've kissed each other. Yeah. So they were talking about was sex this whole time, and you want to convince me that now
they didn't at all,
right?
And then when she got back with Nick, she was like, "Oh,
she was not trying to have sex with him.
I don't want to have sex,
girl. Why?
I want to reconnect emotionally."
Why? Because you just finished fucking JR?
Because you were just fucking for 3 weeks with JR. That's really what it is.
Right. And you need to recover.
Allegedly. No, literally. So, decision days around the corner. We'll see what happens.
Decision days are around the corner because now everybody's repartnered with their former partners that they entered the show with. So now they have to decide if they're going to stay with them or leave. I just think everybody needs to leave. And we will see what happens. We're going to keep tabs on the next episodes, and we'll probably end up bringing this segment back because this is all everyone's talking about. So we will be tapping back in when the next releases happen, probably with our audio. And just with that, guys, I think it's a good time to end Soch class.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So on that note, guys, class is dismissed.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we're back.
We're back.
Guys, final period of the day before we give you your homework and send you home for Christmas break, holiday break.
We're finally at period 3.
Period 3 is going to be PE. I rhyme so much. Wait,
girl.
Period 3 is going to be PE.
Mm.
Yeah, guys, physical education brought to you by the Zeus Network.
Okay.
Those of you who know Zeus will know why it's called PE. But we're going to be talking about 2 very specific shows on the Zeus Network.
Yes.
Those being Joseline's Cabaret.
Yes.
Brought to you by moi. And Baddies Midwest, brought to you by
Wow.
Jordan. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, those of you who already know about Zeus, who already know about Joseline's Cabaret, who already know about Baddies will know.
You've probably been waiting for bated breath. Like,
honestly,
when are they going to talk about it?
Also, can I just say really quick, I won't be shamed about liking Zeus Network. Sometimes
I will never be shamed.
Sometimes people try to shame. We said that we like all forms of reality TV. We like trash TV.
We are anthropologists at best.
This is human behavior at its rawest.
We're
studying this shit.
We're scientists.
That's just
almost,
it.
Like
social scientists, guys. Let's be for real. Okay?
Let's be for real.
We
are studying, conducting research, and then reporting back on our findings.
Please don't insult me, okay?
Never insult my intelligence, okay? I have a thesis written up about each of these shows.
Let's be clear. Yeah, but they're known for fighting. That's why this is physical education, guys. Yeah. Pretty much any show you watch on the Zeus Network, people are going to fight. That's just set on that.
That's just what it is.
That's just what it is. If you've ever watched Maury or Jerry Springer, very much that vein of trash TV. Not the exact same, but
and that's what I was raised
TV.
on, okay?
Who didn't watch that shit when you were homesick from school or early or a holiday or whatever when it was on TV?
Were you really sick if you didn't watch
3, 4 o'clock? You were tapped into
really
Maury
sick
or
if
Jerry.
You didn't watch Maury?
Let's be honest.
Jerry Springer.
So I won't be shamed for trash TV. Love it.
Absolutely not.
Anyway, I'm going to get y'all into Joseline's Cabaret. I will just do like an overarching description of the show. For those of you who don't know what it's about, haven't seen it, this is what it's about. So Joseline's Cabaret. It's called Joseline's Cabaret because the star of the show, one of the executive producers, if not the executive producer, the woman behind everything, the Puerto Rican princess, Miss Joseline Hernandez. Anybody that is a true reality TV fan, you know exactly who Joseline is.
Yes.
I mean, she's been a reality TV star since, if not the late 2000s, the early 10s.
Since the original Love and Hip Hop.
Since the original Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you know who Joseline Hernandez is. Okay. And she's an icon, and she's still here to this day. Hey, maid. I see you with your maid outfit on. And even if you don't know who Joseline Hernandez is, I bet you've heard one of her songs. She is a rapper, a performer, an artist. If you have a TikTok or a social media, a bilingual one, the Puerto Rican princess, Spanish and English. Let's get into it, baby. Spanglish, a lot of times.
Yes.
If y'all have heard the song, Dámelo,
her newest hit.
That's the most recent viral hit. Yes. There's also Welcome to Vegas, Baby, or maybe her biggest song, Do It Like It Should Be Day.
Do it like it's happy day, baby.
That's all Joseline. Okay.
Yes. If you are chronically online like we are, you've heard
her. Even if you don't know who it is, you've heard her. Yeah. Okay. And she's also very widely known. I think her music is more widely known like her Spanish music is.
Yeah.
But she's known. Yeah. Period. But basically, Joseline, if you know anything about her lore, her life story, she used to be an exotic dancer. This is before she became the Joseline Hernandez.
Yes.
She did it as a way to provide for her family. Mm-hmm. And that was where she got her start in Florida.
Miss Chanelica Bindacourt.
Miss Chanelica Bindacourt was her name. Yeah, but she used to strip. And she started Joseline's Cabaret. This is a couple seasons in at this point.
Yeah, we're about season 6. Almost,
season 6, season 7, I want to say, of Joseline's Cabaret. She started to basically give other girls who are exotic dancers or strippers or in that line of work.
In the industry.
Yeah, in the industry, an opportunity to really like elevate themselves. Come on tour with me. You can be like an official member of the Cabaret. And we tour around to different states, sometimes even different countries. And you get the chance to perform on an elevated level, right? So the show was made to compete for a spot in the cabaret.
Right.
And more recently in this season, they've added on a cash prize for basically like the MVP of the season. $50,000 cash prize. Mm-hmm. No small amount of money. Like that's nothing to blink about.
That's really something to fight for.
That's a good amount of money. It's something to fight for.
Quite literally.
Yeah. But my thing is, Joseline's Cabaret has a structure. It has a goal in that sense. If you're not fighting to be a member of the cabaret, now there's a cash prize incentive, but there's an end goal. Like you're doing it to be employed. There's a framework. It's a launch pad for a lot of these girls' careers. It's exposure. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. Really all pluses. There's actually a goal. And I would say that that's kind of in opposition to Baddies. Because Baddies, like, it doesn't have a clear...
There's no clear cut end goal. End game. I don't really think it's as cut and dry as Joseline's Cabaret is.
Not really. Not really. No. But we can get into, like, some of the girls of the cast of this season. This season also is in Texas. So they are touring around the state of Texas, different cities in Texas. The girls also all live under one roof in Joseline's Cabaret. So that's really where a lot of the drama comes from, where you see a lot of like the dancers' dynamics with each other play out is because they live together.
Right.
And so, yeah, we can get into some of the cast of this season. We'll start off with Diamond, which she is one of the OGs of Joseline's Cabaret. Yeah. She's been on it for, I think this might be her third season. Yes, this might be her third season, I want to say. We also have Raven. She's one of the fan favorites of Joseline's Cabaret.
She's been on the show for
her and Diamond are like best friends. And they came on together, and Raven is still on it. And still on to this day, like a part of the cabaret. Also, we've watched up to the most recent episode release, so
we're all caught up. Up until tomorrow, which we film on Saturdays, guys. So tomorrow we won't know what the newest episode is.
Yeah, and that's when episodes drop.
Before the new episodes drop.
Right.
So we're all caught up as far as the most recent episode to drop prior to tomorrow.
Prior to tomorrow, yes. Right. Prior to Sunday, Sunday the
16th. Yes.
Prior to then. We also have Drea, or Andrea is her full name. She's another one of the OGs. She was on last season of Joseline's Cabaret. Her and her friend Danny, who was also on last season's of the cabaret. Right. And they've been on it since then. They're dancers on the cabaret.
Right.
We have Wet Wet, who was on it earlier in the season. Wet was another fan favorite. She was on, I think this would have made like her second
third
or third season of Joseline's Cabaret.
Yeah.
She's been on it for a minute, but her and Jocelyn have a very love-hate relationship, and if you've watched, you know that Wet Wet wasn't on it for that long this season. Jocelyn got pretty tired of her pretty quick.
Yeah.
We also have Lexi Gold. This is one of the new girls. So one of the girls that auditioned to be on this season.
Right, she's
Lexi Gold. We have Jayla the Russian. We have Erica Envy Erica. We have Queen Envy, not to be confused. Envy Erica, Queen Envy. Two different girls, okay? We have Isis, who she was not my favorite,
she's
honestly.
Kind of a mean girl.
Spicy Money. The heavyset girl,
the BBW.
Yeah. She wasn't on there long.
Yeah.
We have Oceans. We have Neek, the girl from Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore. We have Kay. The girls were calling her Jigsaw on the season.
Which, honestly, she looks like Erica.
She looked like Erica. Nobody was calling Erica Jigsaw.
Don't call Erica Jigsaw.
And they both have about the same amount of work. But anywho. We have Des. We have Chinks, who she wasn't on there for long. No, but she wasn't. She was the one that was fighting
really
with
pretty, though.
She was pretty. A lot of the girls were pretty, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of them
She was the one that was fighting Lexi Gold.
They was
who apparently
paint, bro.
These girls were fighting down. Because apparently, like, they have, like, the same boyfriend / pimp. I don't know. It was a mess. That was in the beginning of the season, and Chinks ended up leaving.
Yeah.
We have Fetish, a.k.a. Ray. This girl. She left pretty early on.
She left early.
Yeah. I think Jocelyn actually was like, yeah, you're kind of boring. And she left.
There's a couple girls that aren't there anymore, including Diamond, one of the OGs.
So basically, it was maybe like a couple episodes ago. where Joseline made like the big eliminations as far as, okay, they were like in Houston for a couple weeks and just doing their performances at different clubs in Houston. And then she was like, okay, well, we're going to start like touring around the state, moving from city to city.
Right.
And she like made like the cut as far as like, these are the girls who I'm bringing on tour with me in the cabaret.
Which are the best dancers.
Right. And so she cut like half the girls. So we were left with like 6 to 7 girls, I want to say. And so that's the dynamic right now. The whole season has kind of been OGs versus new girls.
Right.
And then there was like division.
Oh, you know who we were forgetting? The other girls that she brought on. The little Hennessy, right?
2 girls that actually in the beginning of the season, there was like some pool party.
Didn't audition. They didn't audition.
2 girls that were at this pool party that they were hosting, that Joseline was hosting. And she recruited from there. Their names are Rose and Hennessy.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Not their really names.
Really funny, because both of them are drink names, but not their real names.
Not their actuals. Their stage names.
But yeah, Joseline recruited these girls from that swimming party.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're still on it too, to this day, in the cabaret. But yes, there's been a division between the OG girls who have already toured with Joseline, already been on the show before, and these new girls that auditioned. And within the new girls that auditioned, there was division between the girls who auditioned and got onto Joseline's cabaret and these new girls from the swimming party that Joseline would just like come in. It was immediate beef
with them, honestly.
Yeah, because they were like, well, y'all didn't earn your spot here. You kind of just like shook some ass at a party and got recruited.
Them, like the next day?
They damn near got jumped. Like they got fought. That's for sure.
They got fought by all the new girls.
But yeah, all that is old news. At this point, we have the girls who are touring in the cabaret. Yeah. I want to say there's like maybe like 8 total plus Joseline.
Right.
So right now they're in Cancun. They're in Mexico performing with the cabaret. It's really still OGs versus new girls, with the exception of Hennessy, who was kind of now on Team OG. And Rose is on Team Newbie.
New girl. Right.
Because Rose and Hennessy, the 2 girls that got recruited from the swimming party,
are no longer friends.
We're friends coming into it, are no longer friends. And this kind of all started because the other girls planted like a seed in Rose's head of, oh, well, Hennessy was talking about you, like, she doesn't give a fuck if you guys are good friends. She would beat you for the $50,000, which she did say.
But not at that extreme.
Not that extreme, but she was like, girl, I don't give a fuck about our friendship.
She did say something around that, but the girls, made it a lot
They
bigger.
made it a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
But that's what was said. And then as the season went on, their friendship progressively broke down.
Right.
To the point where now, in this most recent episode that we have watched, the girls are fighting down in Cancun. Like
Hennessy and Rose started squabbling.
Round for round. Like, I mean, and to me, there was
Hennessy was kind of a dirty fighter.
Hennessy was a dirty fighter, but she was winning.
She was winning, though.
Yeah, she was pulling hair. She was biting, but I'm
kind of like, all bets are off when you really doing some fighting.
If you're really fighting somebody, like, are there rules? Like, I'm just saying, like, don't do anything crazy. Don't really hurt somebody. Right. But, as far as like some people are like, oh, don't kick when you're fighting. Well, if you're fighting,
girl,
I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm not saying it was
right. It's not an authorized boxing match. Like might get kicked.
I'm saying. So that was like the most recent fight, and there are clear sides that people are on.
Yeah.
And there's mess. It was also like right before a performance, and Joseline hadn't gotten.
Pissed.
She was pissed because she hadn't gotten to that house yet.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, she comes in, she's like, oh, y'all were already making a fool in the house. We haven't practiced yet. We haven't gotten to the venue. It was a mess.
Right.
It was a mess. But that's the most recent thing as far as Joseline's cabaret goes.
Yeah.
Mess, fighting. If that sounds like your type of show, tap in. If you're already tapped in, you want us to continue to keep up to date with it, let us know.
Let us know.
We can transition on to baddies. I'm gonna pass the torch off to Jordan on that note, honestly.
All right, so baddies, guys. If you are a true reality TV OG, then you remember Bad Girls Club that used to come on VH1. It was vindicated at this point. Like, Bad Girls Club was the show to watch back in the
100%.
the 2010s, you know?
Yeah.
I watched it as probably I was too young to watch it. Dylan was watching it. She was a child, so we were tapped in.
You were too young. I
was too young. She was definitely too young. But if I'm watching it, she started watching it, you know?
Type B.
But
little sisters, no.
Little sisters, y'all jump on board. But Baddies is essentially the off branch of Bad Girls Club, because if you remember Bad Girls Club, you remember Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn at this point doesn't even need an introduction.
I run that late.
Okay, getting a Nicki Minaj shout out at this point.
Look,
Natalie Nunn is one of the most infamous, honestly, Bad Girls from Bad Girls Club.
Reality TV stars, truly.
One of the most infamous reality TV stars at this point. Yeah. But she's one of the co-producers of this new off branch of Bad Girls Club, or a spin-off of Bad Girls Club, which is now called Baddies.
Not officially affiliated, but
affiliated,
if
but
you know.
That's what, where they get the idea from.
Right.
And Baddies, honestly, is one of the largest shows on Zeus outside of Joseline's Cabaret. It's Baddies. Baddies honestly might have surpassed that at this point.
Honestly. It's internationally known.
Internationally known, guys.
International.
To the point where, like, other countries are having their own spin-offs of Baddies.
It's that big.
It's that fucking big. Yeah. And Baddies, I don't know. At this point, they've had several fucking seasons of Baddies. And we've we've been there since the inception of the show, guys.
We have been, guys. Okay, I'm not ashamed to admit.
No, I don't really care. We've been there since it was ever made. So we've been watching. Room, right, we were at the writers' room. Okay,
right.
And this season is Baddies Midwest. So every season of Baddies, if you watch, you probably know, but those who don't watch, every season Baddies has a new region of the U.S. or region of the world in which they're going to be holding Baddies and touring, or be featuring baddies or girls from said area. So this season we're in the Midwest, and that means they are going through the middle of America, Ohio, Minnesota, Detroit, Michigan, the Midwest. The Midwest. They are also featured some baddies that are from the Midwest, but that's also just where the baddies will be touring and doing, hostings, club appearances, various things without that region. So as far as the castmates that are going to be part of this season, a lot of them are returners from former Baddies seasons. Yeah. Again, I don't know how many seasons they've had at this point, but they've had quite a few. Bunch. Of course,
I'd say maybe like
six or seven. Yeah, maybe more than that.
Maybe even more.
But of course, we have our co-producer, main star of the show, Natalie Nunn. As the OG of all OGs. She's there, and then we have quite a bit of former cast, or not former, OG baddies that have been returning for several episodes, fan favorites, all in the in between. So we have Scotty with the body. She's the one on this season. We have Roly Poly. She was actually on Chance's dating show.
Yeah, originally.
One More Chance that was on Zeus. It was one of the older Zeus shows. It was actually very funny. But she was on there, and then she went from there to Baddies. Then we have Biggie, Big Dominican. Oh, she is a returner to Baddies as well.
A fan favorite.
Yeah. Then we also have Taseki, who is actually Krishan. If you guys know Blueface
former
and Krishan drama. She's actually Krishan's older sister.
Miss drama
Eats,
around that.
Miss I Be Eaten. Yeah. And when I mean Eats, this girl's, she needs to be,
Mike
her
Tyson
hands need to be shit. Like recognized as legal,
Mike Tyson
legal
level
weapons.
type. And you know what? There was a lot of drama earlier in the season with Krishan and Taseki. It was mass. Dynamic.
That should not have been aired.
That
honestly,
should not have been aired.
That was terrible.
If y'all know, you know. Type.
Yeah, it was
like if
really
you don't
crazy.
Google it, it's.
Right.
We're not going to
really,
get into
really
it
crazy.
Here, but
then we have Jayla. Jayla is actually a former Bad Girls Club member.
Yeah.
Was on one of the later seasons of Bad Girls Club before they got canceled.
With the Claremont
But
twins.
she was actually part of the cast that got Bad Girls Club fucking canceled. Why? Because the producers of Bad Girls Club completely destroyed her and one of the other two castmates, the Claremont twins, let their shit get destroyed, and their suit is what ended up leading to Bad Girls Club getting canceled.
Honestly, they deserved.
They deserved. It was kind of iconic for Jayla, and now Jayla has returned as an OG baddie.
Yeah.
We also have Anna Mac. She's another OG. She's been on several seasons. And then we have our newer OGs who are on this most previous seasons of Baddies Caribbean. That is Diamond the Body,
She's so
DTB. Funny. We have Tinkerbella. I love Tinkerbella. She's a Taurus. And yeah, those are our return baddies that are from last season. Then we have a whole bunch of new baddies. Some of them are, you might have heard of them. There are some micro celebs, and then there's just new girls. One of them being Akbar. You might remember her. She's pretty much in the celebrity world. Akbar is one of the new castmates. Then we have Jaden Alexis. She's not as notoriously known, but she's one of Blueface's baby mamas. If you're in that world of drama, you might know her. She also has that song, I'm a bad little bitch and I'm snipped like a Barbie. Yeah, so she's on this show too.
Isn't it just her and now Krishan that are Blueface's baby moms? Is there another one? I thought she was like the first baby mom.
She is the original. She was like Blueface's like high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
And then they have a kid together, and then
they have like two.
They might have two.
I don't know. Again,
they's one of the two baby mamas of Blueface. Then we have the new girls, which is Bad Dolly, Ivory, who's actually from a different series of reality shows. It's even more off branch,
a different network,
girl. And this is even,
if you think Zeus Network is some hood shit, now that's TV is next fucking level.
I'm trying to tell you,
debauchery.
Now me and Dylan tried to watch. We watched some of them. And we honestly had to give it up because it was like, girl,
it was too debauched. I was like, I can't. Like,
but y'all tell us
the level of tomfoolery.
Honestly, look, if y'all want us to watch, we will watch.
We might have to
tap back in. Y'all let us know if that's something you would want. Then we have Big Lex, Pretty P, Yoshi Banks, and Summer. So those are the newer girls that are back on the show, or that are on the show now. And essentially they are right now, like Dylan was saying earlier, Baddies doesn't really have a really large reason,
an end goal.
Right? Like, I don't really know what the reason for Baddies is besides them going on tour, being club hosts, and showing up for like, events and doing gigs and stuff. And I know that baddies also get a chain. Well, if you're deemed a true baddie, Natalie Nunn and the OGs, you'll get a baddies chain and possibly be coming on for the next season.
Right.
But it's very different from Joseline's. Like, there's an end goal, and baddies, it just is kind of like, what is the end goal here? I know they try to say like, oh, it's to, market yourself, market your brand, whatever that's you are. It's for,
like, notoriety,
visibility, followers, which they do get because Baddies again is a huge. It's really big.
Huge show.
So, I guess it does have its own claim to fame, but it's a little different where all the girls come with their own reasoning. Some of them are hairdressers, some of them are models, some of them video vixens, strippers, all in between. They all have rapper, singers, whatever they do. Girls that like to fight, whatever.
Right.
I would say the biggest drama right now is that the new girls are like trying to make their claim. To me, it just is. And I feel like that's
themselves as like, I'm a baddie.
I feel like that happens every season. Like the new baddies are trying to cement themselves as, I'm a baddie. I deserve to, be, an OG and come back next season.
Exactly.
I deserve a baddie's chain. And honestly, a lot of the girls just be fighting to fight. Like they are turning up on OGs or new girls just because they want camera time, they want visibility, and they want a baddie's chain.
Yeah.
So far, one of the new girls, Ivory, which we did talk about, that was on Now That's TV, she's gotten a baddie's chain. Also Jaden Alexis has gotten a baddie's chain.
That's another like prerequisite to get a baddie's chain, is if like you're one of like the celeb
guests do get baddie's
then
chains.
You'll get a baddie's chain.
Yeah, you're gonna get a baddie's chain if you're a celeb guest. And then Ivory was a fan favorite to be on Baddies because of her notoriety on Now That's TV. She also got a Baddies chain, but that bitch be throwing hands. Like, it's crazy.
I'm like,
she's crazy. So
no
she
shade,
also got no shade.
Please,
we don't want no smoke, child.
I
Please,
really
God.
don't. Okay,
we don't want no smoke with you. But yeah, love love and light, please. But I would say most recently, I think there's like tension between Akbar and Biggie.
That's ongoing beef.
That's
right
ongoing
now,
beef
like
because Rolly, and like I guess Akbar's making a diss record for Biggie,
and then Akbar made a diss back, but also like asked people like, oh, who can make like an album cover or something,
right,
off of this picture of Biggie and her ex who like passed away. Not even
crazy
her ex
shit
because he passed away type shit. Like, and he passed away very recently. Like within the last year.
Crazy shit. So like they're beefing over who is saying that they're the best rapper. It's nonsense, y'all. But they didn't really actually fist fight. They're just talking back and forth crazy to each other. Then we have Big Lex, who apparently just wants to fight every fucking body. She started beef with Jayla for no fucking reason.
People hate on Jayla.
Why do people hate on Jayla?
If we have Baddies fans listening, why do people hate on Jayla? She fights. She's pretty. She gets money.
She's literally one of the actual baddies to me. Yeah. That's a baddie. But mind you, Big Lex came on here talking about Jayla was a bully. Jayla was a bully last season. Do you know why she's saying Jayla was a bully last season? Because Jayla didn't put up with a non-black woman calling black people niggas.
Right.
I'm sorry?
Right.
What?
Like, and Big Lex is black, mind you. Like, I'm sorry, but where did that become?
Where did we lose the fucking plot?
You're a bully because I didn't let you call a bunch of us a slur?
Because she didn't let some non-black woman call black folks niggas.
I'm a bully because I didn't let that slide.
And she fought the girl because she kept doing it.
Like, and so she didn't give a fuck about calling folks the N-word. Like,
you don't get your hands placed on you. Like, first of all, you're on Baddies. You don't think you might get fought for saying some...
In a house full of black women? Are you dumb?
Saying some crazy ass shit in mixed company? Are you nuts?
That made me look at Big Lex. Big Lex.
Honestly, I'm side-eyeing her. Period.
I'm not a fan.
I'm side-eyeing her. Period. Then we got Diamond the Body. What was she fighting? She was fighting Bad Dolly, right?
Essentially, a lot of like the OG girls, the new girls came on trying to fight them because at the auditions they either did or did not pay them attention,
or the new girls were watching old seasons and finding something right, and we're like, oh, you were boring, or I don't like, because remember that girl wanted to fight Scotty.
Oh, what's her name?
Amor
or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. And was trying to fight. Someone was trying to fight Scotty because she was saying she was boring the last season. So she fights her. And then the girl ends up being boring herself.
Yeah. So
it's just right now, y'all, it's a lot of the new girls trying to make their stamp, trying to get a chain, trying to be the next, trending topic, and hopefully making their claim big enough so they can come back on the next season.
That's it.
I'm not really seeing it at this point. It's entertaining at that. But like right now, they're just touring and falling out with each other. It's so funny because every time they fight, stuff. Natalie comes on. She was like, "Okay, but we still gotta make this next."
That's every.
Okay, but we still gotta go to the club.
Every episode of Baddies is they fight, and then it's like, okay, well,
get dressed because we're going to this club appearance. And Natalie's not playing about her coin. She's gonna get the fucking coin.
She's gonna get the bag.
She's like, I don't care if you got a black eye. Put some shit on that. We go into the club after you get.
But guys, that's Zeus for you. I mean,
that's Zeus.
That's Zeus. So Baddies, Joseline, if y'all want us to keep talking about this stuff, we're watching.
We're watching, and we will more than happily tune in and stay updated. If you want more, let us know. If you want us to tap into Now That's TV, let us know. Like, I'm not afraid to go there.
You guys, I'll do it for y'all.
I'm not afraid to go there.
I'll do it for y'all. But on that note, you guys, hit the showers.
PE
class
is up, y'all.
Is dismissed. See ya.
Bye. And we're back, you guys. We are wrapping up the school day, so you know what's coming next. It is your homework assignment. But you know what? Because we love you guys, because it is the holiday season.
It's the holidays.
We're going to give you something so nice and so enjoyable to do. It's not really homework. It's something that I think you would just want to do regardless.
Yeah.
One of those being catch up on any Hall Pass episodes that you have not seen already.
That you haven't seen, or if you saw and you were like, I love it so much.
Or if you saw it and want to revisit, or if you're like, wait, I don't remember that part. How about you listen and watch one more time?
Yeah.
Catch up on any Hall Pass episodes you haven't seen, and definitely watch, stream, and listen to us with this episode.
Yeah, or any of the shows that we're talking about. If you're like, I want to watch that, you have the holidays. You have
the foundation. Go and watch everything that we've talked about and watch us again.
Literally.
Okay.
On top of that, like, any holiday stuff you guys want to watch.
All Christmas and holiday themed things.
Anything that you guys like to tap into during this time of year. Yes. And also rest, relax, enjoy the time with your loved ones.
Spend time with your loved ones.
Happy holidays, guys. I mean, that's really what we want to wish you.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way, guys. Let's
Kiss
go.
under a mistletoe.
Literally.
Drink some hot cocoa.
Do it all. And then on that note, I mean, let's sign y'all off. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Okay? For both of them, we are at hallpass.pod. Okay?
Yes.
At hallpass.pod.
Yes. And also follow us on YouTube, X, and Twitter, and of course our new Blue Sky social media.
Blue Sky, fuck Elon Musk.
Follow us on all three platforms. Yes, at Hall Pass Pod, all one word, at Hall Pass Pod.
Yes, guys, and again, don't forget that you can stream us, you can watch us, you can do all of the above. We are on YouTube, like Jordan said. We are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Woo, woo, woo.
Guys, we love you so much.
We love you guys so much.
Thank you for tuning into another episode, okay?
Thank you. And make sure you stay tuned for our latest drops and all of our content that we will be showering you with.
Yes.
Okay?
We'll you'll hear from us before the new year, okay?
Yes.
But until then, guys, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We love you.
We love you guys.
Good night.
Bye.